This week's podcast episode is brought to you by Easy Peasy. And if you've never heard of their flagship product, the Easy Peasy Happy Mat, it's awesome. It's an award-winning all-in-one placemat plus plate that suctions to the table. And it was a game changer for Tracy and me when our kids were little, and we cannot say enough amazing things about this mom and woman-run company and their thoughtful products. There's mini mats, tiny bowls, spoons, cups, and more for feeding time and playtime. And each product is tailored towards a specific age group and used to help babies and toddlers self-feed and meet key developmental milestones. Check them out at easypeasyfun.com and use code EasyPeasyPumpAndDump for 20% off at checkout. That's 20% off, you guys. Easy Peasy Pump and Dump. Use that code. And we're thrilled that they're supporting this week's episode. Hi, I'm Shayna.
And I'm Tracy, and we are the creators of the Pump and Dump Show. We are moms, but we were women first. And in this podcast, we explore what it's like to be a woman who also happens to be a mom.
Before we were moms, we were women. Before we were moms, we were chilling. We were pumping and dumping. We're talking about something. This is the Pump and Dump Podcast.
What up, breeders?
What up, breeders?
Hello, Pump and Dump Podcast.
It's been an exciting week at the Pump and Dump HQ, at Band of Mothers Media HQ. We don't even know our names anymore.
I'm Shayna.
I'm Tracy.
I know those names.
I haven't showered in a frightfully long time.
Oh, I actually didn't notice.
You didn't? I think I might be smelly. Anyway, back to our exciting news.
It's a great way to intro it.
I'm smelly. We launched an app.
Yeah. Epstein didn't kill himself.
Epstein didn't kill himself. No, seriously, we have launched a social network for moms.
Here's the story, y'all. It came out of a lot of different directions. There's two main things that are the reason that we started this app. One is that Facebook suppresses posts. It's hard to see stuff. They make it really difficult for small businesses like us who are trying to communicate with audiences. So that's one thing, okay? The second is that our Facebook private group that we developed because Facebook is so difficult in your regular posts. I mean, we have 30-something thousand people who follow us on Facebook. Nobody sees anything. So we started a private Facebook group last year that is like the coolest spot.
It's hashtag Band of Mothers is the name of the Facebook group. And it has turned into this beacon of hope and love and light in the mom community from our point of view. And from many of you who are on it, I think feel the same way.
And we get those comments
all
the
the
time.
Constantly. It's somehow 4,000 women have come together and there is no, I hate this word, but there's no bitchiness. There's no trolling. There's no shaming. There's just love and support and honesty and authenticity. And people have been having really raw, hard conversations with virtual friends, virtual strangers, and getting great help and support. And it's been amazing to watch.
So our team thought, well, can we just do this not on Facebook? And so you guys, we did.
We did do.
And we did this. I don't even know how we did this. We found a way to do this that was, doable in a short period of time. And we're soft launching it because we know there's going to be glitches. We know there's going to be issues, and we are really excited to have you guys dive in
and download the Band of Mothers app.
So you can do that now. You can go to the App Store or the Google Store, and you can download the Band of Mothers app.
So what we did is we divided the app into groups so that are thematic. So like if you just need to find out all the things about potty training, join the potty training group. If you just want weeknight recipes that are easy, join the food and recipes group.
Yeah.
And
if
there's
your kid is a tween, if you
or
have a
teen.
toddler,
and all the groups. There's literally, guys, we made a woo woo moms group.
And there's the main Band of Mothers official group that everybody is a part of once you join. So that is like our Facebook, our private Facebook
kind of a
group.
catch-all.
As soon as you join, you will be a member of the Band of Mothers official group in there, and that's for everybody. So that's like what our private Facebook group is on Facebook, but off of Facebook. You can post videos, you can post pictures, you can post just like you post on Facebook, you guys. You can post comments. You can post,
Gifts.
ask questions.
You can do polls.
Yeah, all of the same functionality that you would get in Facebook, but without the fake news and the influencers and the trolling, because we have a zero tolerance policy for bullying.
We felt like it was time for media companies to take a stand. And since we're starting out from scratch, we just decided as a team that we have no tolerance for shitty behavior. So if someone goes off on a tangent and it's not constructive and reasonable and considerate, and if you're a bully or a troll and there's rude, crude, all the behavior that everyone hates about the internet, you get one public warning from our admin team, and we will warn you publicly. And then if you do it again, you are deleted from the app. And we don't care if that means we lose users. You ain't welcome on Band of Mothers.
That's right.
Yep.
So you guys, it's the mom group where everybody belongs.
Yep.
And it is going to be a really great space, but we cannot do it without you.
Yeah. So we just, it's hard, but I'll just say for myself personally, I barely check Facebook anymore. I'm off of it for the most part. I use it for work. So whatever I can scan, in the first 20 seconds when I'm checking our pages, is what I see that people post, because I just can't deal with it anymore. And I know a lot of you guys feel the same way. And our app eliminates a lot of the stress and nervousness and frustration that traditional social media has sort of presented to all of us, which is that you don't really have to worry about getting likes anymore. It's not really about showing up or showing off to people to have them see you. This app is about community. It's about communicating with other moms. It's about support and love. And none of the other bullshit is on there anymore. Even your profile.
And transparency. So anybody who is an admin, Tracy and myself, other members of our team, have a green check mark. Anybody who is a brand, which is where I started this conversation, we were looking for ways to build our community and actually reach the people that we want to reach. Those brands who are brands and not just a mom have a green check mark. So you know exactly who's communicating with you. And that's not just they're not going to just throw shit in your feed. You actually have to join their group, and then you will see their content. Oh my God.
Yeah. And so the check mark, and to be fully transparent, brands, and by brands, we mean national brands, local businesses, your favorite podcasters, bloggers, lifestyle writers, even podcasters who you love, who you want to communicate with more directly. All those people will actually have to pay to be on the app, but it's an affordable, very straightforward fee. And that green check mark simply means that those people are paying to be there. And that means that they are not going to be throwing up sponsored posts at you, coming at you from every direction. It just means that you can join their groups and you can hang out with all of your favorite brands, because they're all going to be on the app soon. And that's all the green check mark is. It's not about value or worth. It's just
not a popularity contest.
It's the people who run the app, so that you know that there's admins there checking everything out, and people who are paying to be there because they want to communicate with you and they know you want to communicate with them.
Exactly. So if you go in there now, you'll see that there's a lot of groups that we've put up that don't have anything in it yet. And that is because it's up to you to start these conversations. And we still, it's been funny as we're launching this or starting to get it up and out there. And we really had only invited our close friends and family. And now we're putting it out there to you. But, I go in and there's such a small amount of users, but there's just never going to be, there really needs to be your participation in order to make this work. And what we all have to do is realize what we have created and why it's good for you, and just do it. When you want to post about something funny that your kid did on our Facebook page, this week, just
do it on the Bomb
take
app.
2 seconds and go, you know what? I'm going to help. Let's do it. Let's all do this together because we can.
Yeah. And the app, and this is really the mom group that we've always wanted, right? Like a place. So as we roll out more functionality, as right now, you can still make friends with people that are on the app. You can DM each other. You can have group chats on the app. And our goal is to have all of your mom life on Band of Mothers so that you don't have to toggle between text message threads with one group of moms and Facebook message friends with another group of moms. And you also don't have to deal, again, with like the bullshit of people's posts that you just don't want to see anymore. You're just going to talk to real moms. There's no editorial content. There's no influencers. It's just you guys helping each other out, which is what our mission has been as a company from the very beginning.
And what our Facebook group has organically
Yes.
become. But you guys, peace out, Facebook.
I mean,
we'll still be on there because we believe in our community and they depend on us. But I think that the goal is that everybody kind of migrates over to
Band of
this really
Mothers.
safe space. So let's do this together. We need your help. We're just blatantly asking you for help. It's a soft launch. It is not, we're not putting, marketing dollars into this thing yet, but let's get it going.
and there's a couple other really cool things that you'll find on the app as well. One is an events listings. Right now, of course, it only has our shows. You'll be able to, in the future, see really cool events that are very pertinent to you in your life on the events page. And there is a streaming and fun stuff link page, I guess. And from there, you can access our podcast directly from the app. We're going to be adding more streaming from different people, different podcasts, hopefully like free downloads for you. So that's going to be a really fun thing. And then our really exciting feature is the Bomb Deals Wall, the Band of Mothers Deals Wall, which is basically like Instagram stories meets Tinder. And you just swipe right to find awesome exclusive deals that are just for moms, brought to you by brands that love you. And then all from that graphic, all you have to do is swipe up and it'll take you right to the page so you can take advantage of whatever deal that looks good to you. And that's going to be a really fun, ever-changing, exciting feature that's open to anyone who wants to offer a deal to moms.
Because nobody loves a deal like a mom.
Nobody loves a deal like a mama.
Thank you for listening to us and for giving it a shot. Just download it. It's free.
Yeah. And if you have feedback, this is what beta means. We are definitely seeking feedback and ideas. And if you come up with a glitch or something doesn't work, like please let us know. Send your emails to support@bandofmothers.com.
And speaking of feedback, if you want to leave a review for this podcast, please do.
Yes.
Just don't be like, wow, their intro on
No,
Thursday of that week was really long.
Stop. We know you guys are cool.
Subscribe, follow us, go to Band of Mothers Official for more updates about the app, and share your favorite podcast with your friends, guys.
Thank you.
Also, last piece of business before we do an episode about business.
I know.
And
about digital business.
Yeah. Is to check out where the Pump and Dump show is performing. So this weekend, the West Coast cast is in Salt Lake City in Jordan's Landing. So if
at
you
Wise
are
Guys
near Salt
Comedy
Lake
Club.
City, go to Wise Guys this weekend and check out Jillian and Amy. They had a great week last week in Phoenix and Albuquerque, New Mexico, which was the first time we were ever there. That was fun.
No, that was so awesome. So yeah, West Coast Cast is in Salt Lake City, November 15th and 16th. And then Shay and I have a show here in Denver on the 20th.
Yeah.
That sold out in like a minute. So unfortunately, there's no tickets available to that one.
But wish us luck because there's a couple new things happening.
I know, we're real excited. It's going to be a super fun show. And then the day after we have our show on the 20th, West Coast Cast is in Irvine on the 21st. That is also sold out, unfortunately, or fortunately for you if you got tickets. And then we are less than a month away of our last shows in 2019. And that is at Virginia Beach on December 3rd is Virginia Beach at the Funny Bone there. Then December 4th, we're in Richmond, Virginia. That is also sold out. You guys are so awesome. And then the very last show of the year is with our Midwest cast in Raleigh on December 5th. And there's still tickets available to that one, but they are going real fast.
Thank you for all your support. This fall has been one hell of a ride.
This year has been one hell of a ride.
So today we're going to talk to some ladies that have also had one hell of a ride.
Mm-hmm.
2 business partners, just like us, who've built something that you guys are going to freak out about when you hear what they've done. So
enjoy.
We got a special guest.
special guest. We are rolling. today's guests, we actually have two special guests today, are from the company Goodbye Gear that are based here in Colorado, where we do this podcast from. We have Jess and Kristin, CEO and COO of Goodbye Gear.
And
Welcome.
co-founders.
And co-founders.
Thanks for having us.
And moms.
Yes.
And moms and skiers, as we've just been discussing.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So tell us first, let's start by talking about what exactly Goodbye Gear is and what you are doing right now.
Sure. So Goodbye Gear is a full-service marketplace for secondhand baby and kid gear. So we make it really easy for parents to declutter the gear that their kids are no longer using. We pick it up, we bring it to our warehouse, we price it, and we post it, and then use it back and get paid. And then for the buyer side, we make it as easy as to buy something brand new as it is used, or you buy something used as easy as it is to buy brand new. So you just click and we deliver it to your door, ship it nationwide.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So that sounds super complicated. I want to know how you're doing this.
So so basically you're like ThreadUp or something, but for baby gear.
Yes.
And you take the hassle out of every mom's conundrum, which is, do I just give this shit away because I cannot deal?
Mm-hmm.
Or do I haul it down to the secondhand store and maybe they'll buy it?
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're me, do I leave it in my garage for 6 years? I mean, I literally found a pack and play in my basement yesterday. I'm not joking.
You did?
I
Really?
did.
We still have like a bike carrier. Like my daughter's almost 9 and
Oh my
she's like, what is this? I go, you don't remember? We spent a fortune on it. Like, it's just sitting in the garage.
Well, Kristin and Jess
well,
are here.
yeah,
You're going to
we'll
go
call
home
it,
with some stuff.
We got our trucks here. You guys can
Oh
load
my
us
God.
up.
Okay, great.
Hilarious. Okay, so how long have you been doing this?
We started the company September 2016.
Oh,
So
okay.
We just had our 3rd birthday.
Okay. And by started the company, like let's get super real. Like you had the idea or
Yes.
you like got your first sale.
Had the idea.
Okay. And when was that? What happened? What were you like at a
Yeah,
were
how did you guys get
drinking?
to like most
We were
great
drinking.
businesses that
Okay.
came over? Yeah. So
Well-
how did this all come to happen?
Well, actually, the idea, I have to give credit to my sister-in-law because she brought me the problem years ago.
Okay.
And I was single, living in New York City, and like, I don't get it. What do you mean
Yeah.
your kids have so much stuff and it's, hard to get rid of it? And you want me to build an app for you? Like, I don't get it. I have like 3 things to my name in my apartment in New York.
Yeah.
And then it was a number of years later when we were here in Colorado and had our first child, and we were minimalists, but all of a sudden our house is filled with crap for a tiny human, and then we just needed more.
Mhm.
And it was actually one particular experience. I'm part of the Highlands Mommies, which is a group here that everyone's like, oh, you
It's
have
a
to.
cult.
It's a cult. Yeah, you get on this group. My husband's like, oh, my friend, so I got on the group, and it is an awesome group. But then I was like, okay, I need to buy this stroller, and you have to go, like, you message with all these people, and then it moved to the Facebook buy sell group, so I went on there, and it was just, I hate Facebook. Sorry if they're a sponsor or something, but
Yeah,
They're so-
Facebook's our fucking sponsor.
The holes in my pants show you that it's a real profitable venture for all of us.
But thanks for being considerate. Well, they're not now.
Screw you, Zuckerberg.
But,
More on
it's
that
just,
later.
Like,
Yeah.
Facebook is so it's like this. You get sucked in, and you end
Oh,
up spending
yeah.
so much time in it. And anyway, so I went back and forth with a number of people, and then finally with this woman, and then arranged a time to drive across town to her house to buy this stroller. And I get there, and I know we're in Colorado, but her house smelled like weed. She had these massive dogs, and I'm carrying my 3-month-old daughter, and the stroller had flat tires, and I was just like, oh my God, this is such a waste of time. I can't believe like my one thing I could do today with a
Yeah.
3-month-old was to go out and buy
Mhm.
this stroller. And I'm like, I can do everything else online. Why are we going through this? And so I was just super frustrated with it, and actually sent out a survey to all of the Highlands Mommies. I was like, am I the only one with this frustration? And got back over 80% of the people said yes. Like, I don't do anything. I leave it in my basements, in my garages, and I buy new or wait for a friend to give it all to. And so was kind of thinking of doing something. And then we, Jess has been friends with my husband for a long time, and we've been family friends since I met my husband. And we were away on a mountain biking trip in Crested Butte, and I was telling her about this, and she was a little bit on the other side. Their kid's a bit older, and was like frustrated on the selling side. And so, after lots of glasses of wine, we were like, well, maybe we should do something. And the Monday morning, I said to my husband, I'm like, do you think Jess was serious? She wants to do this?
Oh, wow.
And then,
Yeah, and I did the same thing. I woke up and I said, James, I think this is a really good opportunity. I think I'm going to follow up with Kristin and see if she really was serious. So I sat down to write an email and flipped open my laptop, and there was the email from Kristin.
Oh,
Were you
that's
serious?
Crazy.
I
And
love that.
I mean, some as friends and business partners, like some of the best advice my father ever gave me before going into business with anyone, he said, just consider it like another marriage. Like it's just as intimate, it's just as intense. Sometimes more so. And so, I mean, to go from just being like family friends into becoming business partners, were you guys nervous about that? Or did it just feel like, yeah, we got this, we're good?
I think our husbands were more nervous than we were. I think we were both just so excited and ready to do it. And I think our husbands were more worried about it. And especially Craig.
Yeah.
Like, you can't steal my friend.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, interesting.
Well, it's hard. I mean, people ask us, it's like I think people ask us the most about what that's like, right?
Yeah.
Like, because Tracy and I have been friends since 8th grade.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
And they're really, I mean, it takes a very special combination. And Tracy has skills that I don't have, and I have skills that she doesn't have. And we just happen to like complement each other very well in that way. Like, do you feel that it has been an easy ride, or that you've had to, what are you in therapy every week? Like, what's happening?
Well, we still sit right next to each other in the office.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
just like
you know.
Shay and I still share hotel rooms because we can't be separated.
We do that too.
Aw.
Yeah, no, I think, like you said, you just have to compliment each other and be totally comfortable with that from the outset, knowing that there are things that, Kristin is going to be very good at that I'm not going to dabble in, and then vice versa.
And is that how COO and CEO happened, or were you both? Did you know those were going to be your roles from the beginning?
I think it was pretty clear from the beginning that Kristin should be the CEO.
Why?
Well, that's what I was next. Yeah. What's your guys' background? I mean, this is then we'll get into the nitty gritty of your business, but this isn't just like, I'm going to start a Shopify site. Like, this is a big operation. I mean, with a lot of.
I mean, the first thing she did is do a survey. She's obviously knows what the fuck she's doing.
Totally. But like, this is no easy business, I imagine, to get started. So yeah, how did you guys think that, or was it just the audacity to think that the world needed it and you're the gals to do it, or?
Well, I think for me anyways, I've been working in startups for most of my career.
Gotcha.
And so I'm like, if those guys can do it, I can do it.
Agree.
Wow, that's true. I love that you said guys, because
Yeah.
it's generally guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it was, you've wanted to do your own thing for a while as well. And I've always wanted, my parents had their own company for 35 years, and I always wanted to have my own thing and just wanted to have something I was passionate enough about to want to dedicate a good part of my life to that. And so finally found that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys started this. I mean, okay, remind us how old your guys' kids are.
My son is almost 2 and my daughter's almost 4.
Okay.
And my son is 5 and my daughter's 7.
Okay. And so you started 3 years ago. You guys had littles and you're starting this company.
My daughter was 10 months old. And then when we started the company, and then we got into Boomtown, like an accelerator program for startups.
Oh, cool.
Which was awesome. I mean, it was a really phenomenal experience for us. But it was, I think, was it the first week? Or the second week?
Second week, yep.
And I was like, Jess, I got to talk to you. And I was sitting, like everyone's drinking or, socializing, and I'm sitting there working on my computer, and she's like, well.
Yeah. So yeah, we're socializing. It's a very it's sort of networking environment.
This is at Boomtown?
Yeah. So it was at the end of the day, and everybody's kind of hanging out and cracking beers and talking and getting to know one another. And Kristin is in the back of the room sitting down at the desk working, and she comes up to me and says, Jessica, I need to talk to you. And I'm thinking, oh God, what did I do? And, should I not be drinking right now? I should be
Total
working
female
right now.
response. A dude would just be like, yeah, what's up? Like, you go through every possible scenario in about 3.5 seconds.
So I just follow her back, and we sit down, and all of a sudden she goes, I'm pregnant.
Ah.
Oh,
just-
you're like, that's why you're not cracking beers.
I just started cracking up. I just could not believe it.
Yeah. Did you think to yourself, oh shit, she's not gonna be able to do this? I mean, let's get real honest.
No. I just thought, gosh, that really sucks because it's kind of fun to hang out and drink beer.
Oh, okay. Like, there goes my friend.
And then I'm going to look like the slacker the entire program because she's going to be, in the back room working while I'm hanging out drinking beer with everybody.
Yeah.
So
let me ask you a question. When you join an accelerator program, are you kind of in the idea stage, or have you how far had you gotten in order to kind of say, all right, I want to join an accelerator?
I think you can go into accelerators at all different stages. Where we were going into Boomtown was, I think we'd had maybe a few $100s in sales, if that. I mean, we had just started.
Did you had a website, or how were you doing it?
We had a website in November, I think it was, of 2016. We had a website up. We started the business as more of a P2P, like peer-to-peer, and we had the vision of having an app where people could take pictures themselves, and then we would facilitate the pickup and delivery. So that's where we were when we applied. And we got in January and started the program in February. So we were still, we had the idea. It didn't end up being the idea that we've now scaled. But it was what we had a product in market. Just very.
And then the accelerator kind of helped you flesh it out, really see actionable ways to go and stuff.
It's I think a really great opportunity for you to take my background is in product management. So I thought I knew what I was doing when it came to the product side, but it's really great to have someone coach you and be able to guide you through the right steps to really listen to your customer, to really know that you have product market fit and that you're actually solving a real problem. And I think where we were solving the problem, but it was someone once referred to it as the vitamin as opposed to the painkiller, because it was like, oh, this is nice, but it's not like that feeling like, oh my God, thank you, which is what we got when we came to pick up people's stuff, which started as just a way for us to get inventory for our friends. We're like, we'll just come do it for you.
Yeah.
And then they started telling their friends, and we did 20 in a month, and we didn't have it on our website. And it was like that reaction that we got from people, which was like, oh my God, thank you so much. I have so much to do, as if I have time to take everything from my basement and take pictures of it.
That was
all,
your
so.
first marketing, right? We're like oxycodone.
absolutely. Yes.
We're the oxy with your glass of wine. Yeah?
Something like that.
Right. Okay. Well, now I'm thinking of our business in an entirely different way. Oh, wow.
That's awesome. So walk us through the early days when you were just starting up, and I'm interested how you guys started to pick up everything and all that, and then get us to where you are now.
Sure. Yeah. So as Kristin mentioned, we just started, we would pick up one item at a time, and people would be, oh, this is great. I have so many other things that I want to sell with you. I just need the time to get it listed. So then we'd be at their house and just say, well, we could just take it with us now if you want, and we'll list it for you. And that's when light bulb, they were like, oh, are you serious? That would be amazing.
You're like an angel.
Yes. So then we just started, collecting inventory. And the next thing you know, my entire basement is a pile of gear. And we're thinking, this is a completely different business model, but people seem to really like this. Maybe we should consider offering this as a service. So as Kristin said, we were doing it so much without even advertising it. And so then once we started advertising it, then the gear spilled over into my garage. I have a 3-car garage.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty soon my husband got kicked out and had to park on the street. And we're thinking, okay, what are we going to do? This means we need a warehouse and operations, logistics, all these things. Yep. But we, as part of being in Boomtown too, we took a really close look at the numbers and making sure the unit economics would work, and just decided to go for it. So
you moved out of your garage, thankfully.
I forgot to mention that our in-laws' garage
got
filled up too.
Oh my gosh. And so you guys were just going through all this gear. Were you shining it up? You're photographing it, you're listing. So I imagine on some level you're measuring stuff and giving all the details that moms want and making sure it's good. What if do you not list stuff if the quality isn't good?
Yes. So we have a team of wing moms, we call them. And actually in the early days was a couple of high school girls from my neighborhood that we hired to help when all the inventory was in my garage.
Were they moms?
No, but they were really good at taking pictures with iPhones.
Sure they were.
But now we have actually a workforce of wing moms, we call them. So it's a team of very passionate gear gearheads, we call them, but in the kid gear space, that process all of our inventory
Wow. At your warehouse.
now at our warehouse.
Mhm.
And they get to bring their kids to work.
And they get to bring their kids to work.
And you guys are expanding nationally.
Correct.
Yeah, we
And
just
so-
launched Dallas.
Everybody can be a wing mom.
Everybody.
It's so
Okay,
cool.
so now you have a warehouse,
Mhm.
and so are you still picking stuff up for people?
Yep. Yep.
So are you still driving the trucks?
No.
Or
Kristen is not allowed to drive the van anymore.
oh no!
What did
Uh-oh.
you do, Kristin?
I just clipped somebody's mirror. Now I'm never allowed to drive the van
It was
again.
just a little clip.
I'm not even
No
on
one
the
would-
insurance.
Oh,
It was
no.
her
God.
first and only time driving.
Oh my gosh! And it's a
Yeah.
van, so
My
you have
dad's
like
gonna listen to this. and be
that's
like,
hilarious. So you have these big vans that you go and you drive around. Now who does that? Do the wing moms pick up stuff, or who's doing the deliveries?
No, we have a driver. that does
Okay.
it, yeah. And to answer your earlier question too, we don't accept certain things if they don't meet a quality standard, and of course if they're recalled or unsafe. I mean, that's so we've developed, which we can get into, but a ton of technology. So we have a really cool app that our wing moms use, and we have over 3,000 SKUs of all the different baby gear. We have it in our database, and we have all of the quality checks that need to be done on each of those items, and along with all of the metadata in terms of the size and weight, dimensions, and what age group it's good for. We also have the pricing and historical pricing of what we've listed it for, and then all the different variations. So, for example, for an Upbaby Vista, we have every year, and then what color it came in, and then also all the pricing to that. So that's been a big focus of our development and our growth, is having that data to make our wing moms really efficient. And then ultimately, we speak a lot about our wing moms because they are the core of our business and the most amazing women.
And they're paid.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're paid, and then we have a lot of great perks that are somewhat more important than the money to, like the fact you can bring your kids. It's super flexible. We have a diaper subscription service, so they get diapers delivered
What?
to their door. Yeah, and so
I love woman companies.
Isn't that awesome? It's so
Chicks
awesome.
are so much better at running business. You don't need a ping pong table. You need diapers.
absolutely. Although we have Cody, who is our warehouse manager, who is now a roll-up manager because he's moved to Dallas for our launch there. And he doesn't get the diaper subscription service, but he did get tickets to a basketball game. Or which one?
Yeah, we got him tickets.
Oh,
to
that's
see them.
awesome.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
Because he doesn't get that part.
Right. So you're really like ThreadUp meets like CarMax and Blue Book then, to have like all of that information, historical information and stuff about
Yeah,
products.
I never thought of it that way, but that's what it comes down to, and why. So vertical marketplaces like eBay has tried to do this with valet, but they were unsuccessful and ended up shutting it down. And one of our advisors is actually an executive, or was an executive at eBay, and his thing is just, if you don't have the specific knowledge about the items, like what happened at eBay Valet is they'd get this very expensive painting, but the people processing it would have no idea. And so unless you have that expertise and you have that data, you can't get efficient, and you can't make it. I mean, especially with baby gear, the most important thing is that it's safe.
Yeah.
You know, and the last thing that you want to do is buy something that is unsafe, or recalled,
And
or
sell
damaged.
something that's unsafe, right?
Yeah. So having that's like at the core of our business, is making sure that we can be efficient and then be very vertical experts. And so,
Oh, that's so cool.
That's awesome.
Okay, so let's go back to like emotionally what this was like to launch. I mean, so
While pregnant.
while pregnant, right, and while fundraising, and while like picking up stuff yourself and having your garage full of everything. And I mean, Tracy and I have been focusing a lot lately on trying to really see the outcome and trust. And Tracy and I have been saying a lot, everything that you want is on the other side of fear. And when you're starting a business or growing a business, there's just all of those voices in your head that are like, is this going to work? Is this going to work? Is this going to work? Like, did you guys just power through? Did you struggle that way at all? Or did you just feel like this was the right
I mean,
thing?
I think you're always nervous, but I think what we've always done really well is just, what is it that Dory sings?
Oh, just keep swimming?
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
keep swimming. You know, just
Yeah.
but just
No, there's
keep
something to be
doing
said.
something.
Yeah.
Don't pause to try to figure out whether or not it's going to work. Just keep moving forward and just do something, and don't slow down.
And I think one of the things that's really important, especially when you're doing a startup, is having a co-founder. And actually in Boomtown, they actually only accept companies that have co-founders. And I think that there's something even deeper to that, because I know there are a ton of ups and downs. And I feel like if it, at least for me, if I didn't have Jess, like, I think I would go into those dark holes. But it's just like, when I'm like, oh my God, this didn't work and this didn't work, and someone we had a bad experience. Jess is like, but we have da 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 da, and like we can kind of balance each other out and get back up and look at the bigger picture and kind of have your sounding board and your partner, because I think it's hard, as I'm sure you guys know, doing a startup, and I think doing it by yourself would be really, really hard. So
Agree.
very fortunate to have co-founder like Jess.
Do you guys ever have like little mini divorces where you just can't talk to each other anymore?
Oh, we've definitely had fights. We don't agree on things. But, I think we had a life coach, Alex at Boomtown, who was very good at like getting us to understand how we communicate and what our trigger points are and stuff. And there's, so we know when we get stressed what our tells are and what we do. And so not to kind of dive into that, like, okay, you're stressed. I know what you're doing. Like, when I get stressed, I start doing marketing. Which is not my thing. So just
my
like,
God.
okay, I know you're stressed.
She just launched
You
this
go
whole
into
campaign.
I just go secretly buy an Upper Baby Vista, and then she snaps out of it.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Yeah, well, it is stressful. I mean, and especially, we started the show when our babies were a year old and 4 weeks old.
Oh, wow.
But that, we didn't know what was going to become of our company. That was 7 years ago. You guys are started this thing when your babies were tiny, and it, you were in the phase that we're in now when our kids are older. Like, you must have been, I mean, gosh, when you were 9 months pregnant, were you ever just like sitting in the corner of the warehouse crying, or too personal?
Puking? Yeah.
I think it's easier when they're inside your belly.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, yeah, but
Agreed.
she had another one at the time,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I felt like I'm most productive when I'm pregnant because I'm not drinking. And
Sure.
I'm going to bed early and I'm eating well. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I think it's been, we're very fortunate as a startup company to be able to interact with our customers pretty often, and also having our wing moms. So you get a lot of that energy when customers come and pick up their items and they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, I wish I would have thought of this, and so we get really good feedback, and that just kind of keeps you going more than I ever thought would be true, is having customers reinforce, like, thank you for doing this. And that doesn't happen if you're an e-commerce company, like everything's online. So having that face-to-face, I don't know, we're really fortunate to have that.
Oh yeah. Well, we definitely know that. I mean, it's like it's hard to remember that at the core, you're actually just helping people. And that's ultimately, I think, the secret to success, right?
Yeah, it just keeps you going. When after we do a show, no matter how tired we are, you just see everybody laughing, and so everyone's so happy, and you're like, it's the best job ever,
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so then you said people come now to your warehouse to pick stuff up, or do you ship it, or what? Like, what's the process?
Yeah. So that's just, we have 3 different ways. So people, we will ship it. We'll deliver it if you're in the Colorado area or in Texas, where we just launched. And then we also have a warehouse pickup. So if you have items, you can pick it up or shop in our warehouse.
Oh, really?
It's not the best shopping experience because it is a warehouse, but we have a stroller depot. So it's more catered towards people looking at strollers. We have a lot of strollers.
You could like take it for a spin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And so you're national in the sense that anybody can go to your website and buy things.
Correct.
And they're all refurbished, or would you consider it refurbished? Is that the wrong term?
No.
They're all used.
But you don't like fix them up and stuff, or do you?
Well, they'd have to be in good condition for you to take them, right?
Depending on the condition. So
Okay.
it's part of our algorithm. Like, then we'll send it to the troubleshooting room if it's worth enough, and then
You have a troubleshooting room?
I mean, it's like Willy Wonka over there. It's like,
you guys gotta come see.
There's
dying to. I bet
know.
people love shopping in your warehouse. There's something about just seeing
all these
that much
moms
stuff
like
and-
happy.
but just like that's not a store, and people just
Yeah.
you're just like infinite possibility. I could get everything. I bet. Yeah.
No, it is. And it's like that experience when you go to Costco, and it's not the prettiest experience, but you also
But
know
it's
you're
heaven.
getting a good deal because they're not spending a lot of money on the expensive real estate in downtown or anything. So,
Sure.
Right.
not that real estate in Colorado is cheap right now for
No,
warehouse
no,
it's
space.
not.
But then, so if I live in Philadelphia
Mhm.
and I need a new
Stroller.
yeah, okay, stroller. I don't know why I was not okay with that. I was going to pick.
I know you seem
different-
like she literally just said they have a ton
What's
of
the thing?
strollers.
What's the thing that you sit at the table with?
High chair?
A high chair?
My
Oh my
God.
gosh, we're old.
You
How
need a
quickly
new.
you forget.
How quickly. It's like certain things are blocked out forever. So you need a new high chair,
Mhm.
and I'm in Philadelphia, and I can go to Good Buy Gear, and I can pick one out, read about it,
Mhm.
and then I can order it, and you'll ship it.
Mhm.
So that's how you guys are national now, but you're
Correct.
also expanding in cities. So you
Correct.
just opened in Dallas, and that's where you will. So your hope is to, or your goal is to have warehouses everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
And wing moms everywhere. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with that idea. I just think
No,
it's
I think
so
it's
awesome.
amazing.
I mean,
So you have like a child. If you have a troubleshooting room, you must have like a childcare room.
Yeah.
Yep, we have a little playroom for kids.
Is it so cute?
It is really cute. Actually, our wing moms put it together.
Of course they did.
Yep.
do you have a Peloton room?
Not yet. Not yet.
Because if you could work out, work, and have your kids taken care of, I mean,
There would be no war. Like literally, there would be
no war.
peace
Moms-
on fucking
moms
earth.
would be fine. They just need to make a little bit of money, get 20 minutes of cardio in, and have someone else
I mean,
do something with their
So true.
children. You
I'm
guys are
advising-
changing the world.
Yeah.
can you please name that room the Shane and Tracy room? Because it's
Yes.
happening now.
But we do have a jump rope.
Oh, okay.
Wow, really? A
used-
whole jump
I
rope?
used jump rope.
Does anyone use it?
Occasionally.
Sometimes.
Oh my gosh.
I
it's
can't. I mean,
amazing.
I'm fine getting on the bike, but I can't imagine just like be like, guys, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta
Hold
go
on,
jump rope.
I got to do 50 spins. What's it called? What do you
What?
call jump? I got to jump 50 times.
I got bounce. I don't
I'm
know.
gonna
I'm
I
gonna
got
go
bounce. Oh my god.
We digress.
digress.
Okay,
Sorry
so you've
about
got childcare room. Is it monitored? Is there like no? So it's just everyone's just a village. Everyone's taking care of everyone's kids.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So and then for shipping, I'm always just fascinated because I have an e-commerce background. So are
Mhm.
you? Do you guys charge for shipping?
We do. So it's a little bit complex in right now. If you just put your zip code in, it will show you what it will be. But
Okay.
so we ship strollers.
You strip too? You have a strip room?
We have a strip room as well.
We ship strollers. It's $50 for nationwide shipping,
Okay.
and then everything else is $12.99. And then if you spend over a certain amount, it is free. And so it's kind of how it works right now.
And I get like I 100% get that even charging $50 to ship a stroller is to some places like a deal
Mhm.
because it is not cheap.
Mhm.
Just the box you have to put that in and the packaging is like $10-12 probably.
Mhm, mhm.
So even then people are still saving a ton of money
Yeah, absolutely.
buying from you guys
Mhm.
even with like a $50 shipping.
Mhm.
That's awesome. Now, what kind of gear, where do you stop? Like, are you getting wooden blocks from people? You are?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
sell quite a few toys.
You do?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's about a
That's so
quarter of our
fun.
sales is toys.
Really?
Mhm.
Do you do clothes?
We don't do
I
clothes
mean,
and car seats. or
Yeah, you
stuffed
can't do car
animals,
seats.
but everything else that is basically like 0 to 5. We don't do a ton of like as kids are into sports gear and things like that. We eventually will get there, but right now we're just really
I
focused
mean,
on
Just
like
bikes
toddlers.
alone. Because that's where
Yeah.
we're at is
Really?
like, well, yeah, because your kids, once they
Yeah.
start riding bikes,
like keep
they grow
growing.
out of them
Mhm.
so fast. And you're just like, I don't want to spend $300 on this bike that they're
Mhm.
going to use for 6 months.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's amazing. Okay, so Dallas is your first. And you guys opened there already?
Yep, we just launched Dallas.
Okay.
Mhm.
How's it going?
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got our warehouse manager from here is relocating there for 3 months, and we've hired our first full-time customer success manager out there.
And we have 2 wing moms that started
Two
in
wing
the warehouse space, and so we're doing a big event next week with Bye Bye Baby
Yeah.
in Texas and in Colorado for a week. So it's free drop off, so you can bring your stuff to a Bye Bye Baby store, and which is incredible that they're doing this with us because
Yeah, because they're underselling themselves in a certain way.
yeah, but
That's
they
awesome.
they're going through a rebranding, and they know that millennial moms and parents really care about sustainability
Mhm.
and the circular economy and want to participate in it, and so so they've invited us to come and do a pop-up in their stores. So we're doing that in Dallas.
Oh,
and,
that's
in
so
Fort Worth.
cool.
awesome.
Congrats. What a
Yeah.
great partnership. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're excited about it. So
Oh my
That'll be
gosh.
Okay, so we'll do a lightning round here. Name two things two things about starting this business together that have made your life better, and two things that are so hard that are constant struggles, either as partners or moms or businesswomen or all of the above.
You wanna
Go.
first? Two things that are better. I mean, I think my just motivation in general. Like I'm always very happy and like want to work
Mhm.
every day. Like I'm just so excited to work. I think that I've always loved working, but now I feel like this innate drive, and so and then and I think that also this is kind of the same, but just loving to go to the work because everybody at our in our company are amazing. Like we have the most incredible team, and so that's
Mm.
just so fun.
That's
So
awesome.
that's like both good.
Yes, thank you for going first. That actually helped because I would say number one, this is the first job that I truly love, and so
Mm.
it's, I think I've always heard people saying, "I love what I do every day," and I just prior to this was like, "Oh, that's a crock of shit," but now I get it because I do love my job, and I think the other thing is similar to the team. It's amazing to have a company where we can hire people and provide a job to people, and they're just so passionate about it and so good at what they do. And
Mm.
a lot of our employees came on very early and didn't have a ton of experience in doing what they're doing for us today. And to watch their growth and like them taking on more and more responsibility and it's just been pretty amazing to see that. So
I love that.
And what were you doing before?
I very early on in my career, I was a early childhood education background, and then I was working as a consultant for 10 years as a project manager.
Okay. In the education field or?
Yeah, I was on a grants management support contract for Head Start.
Okay.
So I was supporting a federal client, but Head Start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
All
she
right.
goes from federal government to startup.
Yeah.
It was like when we first started and I wanted to put something out and she was like, "Oh my God, but we haven't had like 3 people proofread
Yeah.
this."
Red tape. We need more red tape.
It was very
We
different.
need
It was
committees and we
very-
need
yes.
forums and
Yes.
we need queries and
4 people QAing this document before it goes live.
Oh my
Kristen's like,
gosh.
"Let's put this on the website." And I'm like,
now.
"Oh, okay, let me take a," and she's like, "It's live." I'm like, "No, whoa. I need to read that 5 more times."
Oh my gosh!
gosh, that's
Seriously,
amazing.
that's hilarious. All right, and what are some struggles still? Challenges.
Well, I was just thinking about this one this morning. Like, I used to, or Craig was like, my husband, it's like, you used to need to work out every day. Now I'm like, lucky if I get my Monday morning yoga in, and that's like my workout for the week. So
Yeah.
definitely my workout schedule.
Yeah,
That's
Um,
why you need a Peloton room.
Yes.
By the way, I do not have a Peloton.
Hey
But
guys,
Tracy does.
well, yeah. Update, guys, from last week. It literally took less than a week of our own podcast episode.
Yeah.
Last week's episode was about fitness, and I was like on the fence. And I think within 2 days of recording, just convinced my husband that we needed one. Got a Peloton, and now I'm like totally
Nice.
part of the cult, and I love it so hard.
Do you
Nice.
love used it for
That's
one day?
awesome.
It came
2
yesterday.
days.
2 days.
No, it came Saturday. I used
Okay.
it Saturday and Sunday. I love it. I'm convinced it is one of the most brilliant combinations of technology and fitness. And like for moms,
Mhm.
for the whole point is that we're just so busy
Mhm.
when you work. Any working mom, I mean, just anything, just grocery shopping is just an extra challenge. And you just hop on that thing, and they're like the most delightful humans on the other side, talking straight at you. And I was
Yeah.
like, this beautiful girl, Allie Love, she's so awesome. And she's like looking right in the camera, and I'm like smiling and nodding like a crazy person when I'm on the bike. Like, yes, Allie, yes, okay, I'll do it. Yes. Like, it's like
Oh
so
my God.
crazy.
I'm so proud of you. I think it's
Anyway.
awesome.
I digress. But
But
I love that
incredible.
Shayna's like so happy about it. And I have the one,
Man,
I have
I'm
the
so happy
Peloton.
for you. So, Kristen,
You could totally fit one in here, by the way. I've already thought about it.
what is your? I don't like to spin. It hurts my vagina. Kristen, or bike, or yeah.
I gotcha.
What is your schedule as a CEO? Like, are you guys working 10 hours a day? Are you balance? What is your work life balance? Oh, and I want to hear your challenges
Yeah.
too. So,
Um, you want to do that first? Or
Well, I was just
schedule?
going to say very early on, I think one thing we both agreed on that we would have work-life balance.
Mm-hmm.
Or as much
Well,
as
you can
could,
agree
but-
on that all
yeah.
you want.
Well, the thing that I think when at least when I became a parent, like you definitely have to prioritize ruthlessly. I mean, you can only work on the most important things, and you can't get sucked into doing stupid stuff or worry about politics. Like I remember at my last company, that was like we spent a lot of time in meetings and doing politicking and like just don't have time for any of that. So you get super good at like just prioritizing and being super efficient. Having said that, yeah, it is very hard to have balance, and it's definitely something we work at every day. But in the morning, it's usually time with the times going or the clocks going back
Oh, yeah.
yesterday. The kids are up at 4:30 last 2 days, but normally they're up at like 6:30, and then we do breakfast together and leave for work around 8. And then it's only about 10 minutes away, and then come home 4:45
Yeah.
Okay.
and make dinner and be with the kids, and then the kids go to bed at 7:30, and usually my husband and I sit on our laptops and work until that time,
Yeah.
and then do it again. So I mean, it's a normal work hour, but we try to dedicate the time that we have with the kids at night and like the hour or so that we have in the morning to just be like, okay, we're present. Unless it's like super urgent, we don't need to be on our phones or trying to multitask. Like just be present with the kids there. And then when we're at work, it's like make sure. Well, we're very fortunate to have excellent childcare and a partner that is that does more than half a share and amazing. So I mean, very fortunate in that way. But so when we're at work, we can just be 100% at work and not trying to manage other things. So that's
Right.
the best way that we found to have balance is just to try to be
Yeah.
really efficient and really present in where you are at that time.
So when do you watch Netflix?
In the Netflix room.
Another room for you. How big's your warehouse? All right. Well, so obviously that's the challenge, work-life balance. What would you say your greatest, Jess, your greatest challenges have been in the last 3 years of this company?
I mean, I think having young kids, it's trying to start your day clear-headed and fresh and ready to go.
Sure.
Showered.
I laugh because I'm like, what? What's that? Like,
my son, you know, he's pretty vocal about his displeasures in life, and sometimes when you're like rushing to get out the door, I mean that's hectic enough, and then when you throw in a little bit of that like screaming in the background, it can leave me feeling a little frustrated when I leave my house in the morning, and it's not the best way to start my day. So,
and are you in the office by
Speaking
8?
from this morning, it sounds very fresh.
Oh yeah, like, this is fresh.
You want to talk about it a little bit more, Jess? We're here for you.
Blame daylight savings. Just everything is blamed on.
I have no idea what time it is. Yeah.
No, but I think Kristin and I are both very fortunate because we have an incredibly supportive team around us in terms of our husbands. They absolutely have stepped up and made it possible for us to do this in terms of just taking over the grocery shopping, taking over, you know, if the kids have an appointment, and my husband takes the time off to get my kids to the appointment and things like that. So we definitely couldn't do this without their 100% support.
Yeah. You need that support. I mean, or support in some sense. I mean, you cannot run a business as a mom. It's just different. It's just different than being a dad. It just is. There's just so much physical demand and emotional demand that moms are
Required
to give.
Yeah. My husband got time. He worked for a big company that had a paternity policy, so he got
nice.
6 months
6
paternity.
months?
Yeah, which was incredible. So when we had our son, that was a year and a little bit into the company.
The Boomtown son.
Yeah, the Boomtown son.
Is his name Boomtown? He's Boomer.
Hugh. So when Hugh was born, so my husband took off the time, but it was so hard because I was breastfeeding and he wouldn't take a bottle, and so poor Craig would just like drive him out to the warehouse so that I could breastfeed him, and it was like it was so frustrating for him. And I mean, this is the part where it's like as supportive and as equal as we can try to make it, there are things that women have to do, like you know, you have. I mean, maybe I didn't have to breastfeed, but I wanted to do that because I
Sure.
did it for my daughter, and so I wanted to give him the same, few months that I did for her. So, anyways, that was hard.
That is a
It was hard on
challenge.
him.
Yeah.
Every day he was like, I can't do this. So he ended up going back after 3 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
He was like, peace out. This sucks.
He was like, this is the hardest thing I've ever done. I got nothing done. The
Yeah.
house isn't clean, and I don't know. I was like,
Yeah.
but you're looking after him. Like that's
Huge.
Yeah, so
And yeah, we get
that's
it. It wouldn't be clean on my watch either.
No, that's
Yeah.
amazing. That's such a truth
Mhm.
Yeah.
for sure.
Mhm.
All right. So tell everyone. So you're at goodbyegear.com.
Yes.
Yes.
And buy, it's BUY. So goodbye gear.
Yeah, like goodbye to your gear and a goodbye
Okay. I love it.
deal.
It's
So
a
great.
double entendre.
It
I
is.
love that.
I'm just going to go back to the wing mom thing. I just think I'd love a company that's giving jobs to moms that's flexible, that has childcare. Like, I'll never get over it. It's the
No,
coolest
it's
thing.
amazing. And
I
it'd
just know so many people who would be like, oh my, that's like the perfect.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I love that you want gearheads because I feel like a lot of moms are really,
well,
I mean,
you
obviously,
are-
I didn't even know what a high chair was a few minutes ago, but like a lot of moms are really, really into it,
Yeah.
you know?
And they did all the research for
Yeah.
their child, and they know all the different types of strollers or high chairs, and so they want to help other moms make the
Mhm.
right choice or understand what's right for their family. So we have a number of wing moms that actually, that's what one of the things Jess was talking about, have started as wing moms and then become part of the team. And so our first wing mom is now, she's like worked her way up, and now she's in charge of product and QA.
Love that.
And another one is I guess Megan's done a number of different things, but now she's doing marketing and social content. And so every time that someone comes in, she like helps them in the warehouse. And we've had like people write Google reviews about Megan. Like it just felt like my
Oh.
sister was here helping me shop, and but everybody loves having that person that has had the experience and we're not trying to sell them on a specific brand. We're
Right.
just, because I don't know, it's all consigned inventory. We want
Yeah.
you to make the right decision for you and your family. So having our wing moms there and talking to customers is so fun to watch, and it's really incredible.
Well, and I
That's so
think
cool.
sometimes when you have kids, I mean, we've talked about this with a lot of different moms, like you just think, okay, well, there was a certain part of my life that's just never going to come back. Or, and I think sometimes society is like, well, she's a mom and she can do X, but you just don't really know the unlimited potential of women and of moms in particular.
Mm-hmm.
And, even, I mean, Kate's our wing mom. Kate started just wanting to help, and now she's our director of operations because
Really, yeah.
she's amazing at
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah. And for a while, she was booking our shows across the
yeah, I mean,
country.
Kate's done
Like,
everything. She's
Yeah.
brilliant, and you just don't know
Mhm.
what's inside people, the like their
Yeah,
capabilities,
so
and
true.
it's so awesome to just watch them bloom. And
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really-
women are just awesome.
And the fact that you're giving those people that opportunity means that you're great bosses,
Mm.
which is, I don't think, something a lot of people can say. I think that there's, I
we have room to
certainly,
improve.
Certainly not in the federal grant world. I'm sure.
No comment.
No comment.
No
Yeah,
comment.
fair enough. I'll go speak for you.
but loving what you do is so important. I mean, gosh, what like how fun that your first instinct for that answer was just like, I just love to go to work,
Mhm.
and isn't that everybody's dream?
Mhm.
I mean, I guess a lot of people's dream is not to work, but like,
Yes. That's fine too.
Totally.
You just gotta love waking up in the morning,
Right,
and
right.
whatever that means for you, you gotta find that happy space and find your way to fulfill and use your brain and your talents and
Mhm.
whatever that means.
Mhm.
yeah. Well, it's nice. It's positive.
Yeah, well, I believe it.
Love it.
Well, you guys, thank you so much for coming. We're so
Yeah, thanks for
excited
sharing
for
your story
you.
with
Best
us.
of luck to you. I know you're gonna be like you're gonna be a worldwide brand, man. Everyone's gonna. Goodbye Gear is just how you're gonna buy stuff for your kid. It's exciting.
Awesome.
And if you're
Amazing.
a listener here in Denver, they're in Denver.
Yeah.
So there's a warehouse here, y'all. And then we have a bunch of listeners in Dallas too. So
Yeah,
So look
Stop
them
by our
up
warehouse.
and get your stuff from there.
Mhm.
I'll be bringing you my
He's like,
cobwebby.
Why didn't you grab my pack and play on the way out? I think
Seriously.
I just thought like people who come over with babies would need a pack and play.
Yeah.
I feel like you always need a pack of play. I mean, they don't really take up that much space. You just never know. You're right. I think that's a good
It's
point.
just in my basement with like 8 guitars
Sure.
and posters from my brother's room in high school. I'm not kidding, you guys. There's a huge Bruce Willis poster in the basement
Oh,
that
that's
makes me
fun.
want to die. It's so funny.
That would look really good.
Oh,
right
it would
there,
look
right
really
there.
nice on the wall. It's from like that movie Blind Date that he was in. Do you remember?
Oh, it's not even like a.
And it's like
wait.
mounted. It's like Bruce Willis from the movie Blind Date, and it's like
That's
foam core mounted.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
perfect,
why
right
is this
Oh
in
my
my basement?
For some reason, when you said Bruce Willis, I thought Bruce Lee, which
Oh.
would be way cooler.
Way cooler.
And now I'm real sad that it's Bruce Willis.
Well, sorry, Mitch. His wife does listen to this.
No,
She's like
we love you,
dying
Janera.
right now. We love you, Janera.
She gets it. You guys, thank you so much.
Thank you,
We'll
guys.
post details for you guys in our show notes so you guys can look them up and sell your gear and maybe be a wing mom someday. Who
Yes,
knows?
that'd be
Please.
awesome. Yeah, thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
They're
Delightful.
gonna change the world. They're
I mean,
disruptors.
I am so obsessed with the wing mom. I just keep saying
Crazy
it.
about it.
It's so great. So Dallas is their first location, but there's going to be more. So
Well, second.
yeah, that's what I meant. First franchise, first outside of Denver location.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh my gosh. There's so many great things ahead, you guys. It's such a great idea.
it's such a great idea, and it's what everybody needs. It's what every mom needs.
Yeah. So follow them, find them, we'll list all of their details in the show notes below. Support them because we know you got shit you want to sell.
I think that everybody's already like cleaning out their shit while listening to this
I mean-
podcast, or at least you should have been.
For sure. Or looking for stuff because you probably need more stuff if you have more kids. So
Yeah,
they're so great. I wish them all the luck.
absolutely.
And yeah, if you're lucky enough to be a wing mom,
sounds like a
we really hope you get a
Kick-ass
Peloton
job.
room.
you better have a Peloton room. You guys download the app.
Band of Mothers.
Band of Mothers all the way. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Easy Peasy, for being our sponsor.
Yeah, love myself some Easy Peasy mats. I mean, another awesome Denver company.
Yep, and they are they're on our bomb deals wall. So
That's true.
thank you, Easy Peasy, and we'll talk to you guys next week.